Hey folks, it's Leah. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm going to be doing a reaction video, and this is actually a reaction to a music video for a song that was recommended by a subscriber. And I am once again coming in cold. I have never seen this music video. I've actually never even heard the song. So it is definitely going to be an honest reaction in real time that you're getting today. This is Paris Paloma's Labor. I've not actually heard of Paris Paloma at all, but I was recommended this on the video that I did. It was a reaction to Not All Men by Morgan St. Jean. I feel like based on the commenter, like what my subscriber was saying about the Morgan St. Jean song, that maybe this is going to be like kind of a feminist anthem or something. I'm not sure. But anyway, we'll see. We'll see. It could be really sad or something. I don't know. But we're going to listen and see how that goes. Got to put on my very fashionable handy dandy headphones. It says Paris Paloma in a really cool script, and then Labor.
Why are you hanging on?
This is already a vibe I was not expecting. So it looks like really old timey. Okay.
So tight to the road that I'm headed from.
That pie does look really
Off this
good.
island, this was an escape plan. Carefully timed it, so let me go and dive into the waves below. Who tends the orchards? Who fixes up the gables? Emotional torture from the heady high table. Who fetches the water from the Rocky Mountain spring and walk back down again to feel your words and their sharp sting? And I'm getting fucking tired.
So I'm stopping it before the chorus starts. I'll go back and let it do the build because I do love the build. But already what I'm hearing is a comment on, I think, a gendered power dynamic where there's this guy who's kind of the head honcho and who is actually getting stuff done and making things happen is presumably the woman. She's asking who tends the orchards, who fixes the gate when it breaks, or I can't remember exactly what she was saying, but it's that's me. I'm doing that. But then I think she says you torture me from your high table or something like that. It's really that burden you feel sometimes as a woman of all of this expectation on you to just make things happen. And there's never really an acknowledgement of that or even a gratitude for that a lot of the time. It's just sort of expected, right? That's sort of the vibe that I'm getting from the first verse so far. So I'm just going to go back a bit. I want the build. I love that build.
And walk back down again to feel your words and their sharp sting. And I'm getting fucking tired. The capillaries in my eyes are bursting. If all love died, would that be the worst thing? For somebody I thought was my savior, sure, maybe
Yeah.
The kind of skin on my face is cracking. If all love ends, would that be a bad thing? And the silence once I read chamber, you made me do.
Yeah, and it's I think she's talking about what I'm thinking of, this sort of, she's not actually talking about what did she say, gathering water and stuff. This is a very kind of old-timey framing of what labor looks like. I do think she's talking about, they call it emotional labor in sort of feminist theory and stuff. It's just little things like having to hound your boyfriend to book that doctor's appointment, or just being expected, if you're a parent, to coordinate all the kids' schedules and make sure that the groceries get done. Even if you're sending your husband to do it, often it's your job to sort of make sure that there's a plan for the week, that everyone's going to have stuff to put in their lunches and stuff, and it's sort of all of that kind of brain work, and it's really, really often falls on women. And she's considering, she says, for someone I thought was my savior, you sure make me do a whole lot of labor or something like that. She says, it's yeah, here we're taught to think that men are supposed to like complete us. They're supposed to make us happy. They're supposed to like be that that balance, or that positive influence in our life that kind of helps us to like stay steady and to like offset, like maybe they have strengths that we don't, and like all of that stuff. And that's sort of what we're told a relationship is supposed to be. And then we get there and it's like, this guy is just sort of treating her bad and expecting her to do everything. And like, a lot of the time it's so like the kind of labor that I'm thinking of, and I think she's talking about, is like very invisible to a lot of men. And they're just like, they just kind of expect it. As I was saying, like, it's just an expectation, and it gets really exhausting really quickly. I'm really fortunate that my partner is not like that. And that like, the sort of like emotional labor, the kind of like the headspace, and like the coordinating things, and like staying on top of things, like that kind of like mental labor, he's actually pretty good at sharing that. And when he doesn't, he's really good at acknowledging it as well. Like, he does acknowledge it as like time I have to take out of my day, or like space I have to keep in my brain to like, I don't know, get something organized, or like make sure that the shopping gets done, or like whatever it might be. Right. And so like, I'm fortunate in that way. A lot of women are not. So this is relatable. I have had relationships like this, and I've seen a lot of relationships like this. Yeah. I'm already digging this song.
The skin on my hands is cracking. If our love ends, would that be a bad thing? And the silence haunts our bedchamber. You make me do too much labor.
Also, this is really such a cool vibe musically.
Busy lapping from flowing cup and stabbing with your fork.
She's always having to apologize, but he's like always right. And he gets to just sort of like reap the benefits of what she's doing for him, but also like never having to like acknowledge his like sort of power over her. He just gets to kind of glide through. He doesn't have to think about that stuff. Yeah. Oh, this is so relatable. And I do love that it's so old-timey in the video, because she's really using all of these metaphors of like, I have calloused hands and things like that, the labor that I'm doing. And like, she probably is also doing a lot of like manual kind of labor, because women are also expected to do a lot of like domestic labor and stuff like that. But also I think it's like a metaphor for just like how much effort she puts in and stuff. So it's interesting that it's sort of like all of these metaphors for stuff that is like fairly dated, when she talks about like tending the orchards and stuff. Like, the average person doesn't do that anymore, because we mostly live in cities. You have like people who are farmers, and then people who are just everyday people, right? But she's setting the video in an old-timey place where like it's very like the video is sort of in the metaphor, right? Like, I think that's really cool.
And stabbing with your fork. I know you're a smart man, and weaponize the false incompetence. It's dominance under a guy. If we
the false incompetence is dominance under a guise. Yeah. Oh my God. This was not like a romantic relationship I had, but I used to live in a house with several men. And the number of times that I would say like, hey, would you mind like cleaning this thing or whatever? And they would do such a bad job that I started asking myself, like, are they doing it badly so I don't ask them to do it again? Like, and that's like an actual thing. It's like, oh, I can't do the thing. Can you do the thing? And it's like, I managed to do the thing. Why can't you just learn to do the thing? Like, just do the thing. Like, why do I have to do everything for you? Right. But it's just sort of like this flex, right? They get to just sort of be like, if I like just like make like I can't, then I can make her do it. Right. And it's, yeah. Oh, what is that line? I got to go back. The false incompetence. It's dominance under a guise. I'm looking at the screen, like the captions, and I think they missed an but yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, that's so good. I love that.
If we
Yeah.
Nobody taught her she'd meet the same cruel fate. So now I've gotta run so I can undo this mistake.
Yeah.
At least I
That's
gotta try.
that's like the I'm gonna break this cycle kind of attitude of like, you know, when you're in a really toxic relationship, often like if children become involved, they see that and they replicate that in their lives. And so a lot of people who deal with abuse or deal with like any kind of negative thing, whatever it might be, they kind of, you know, unless they put a lot of effort into actually like consciously, you know, ending it this generation, being like, no, that's it. Like this is not going on anymore. Then often it just kind of repeats itself. I know people who like were raised in really abusive relationship or really abusive households, like their parents, who go on to have relationships with super abusive men, for example. And it's just like, you can't undo that in a child. A lot of the time it's like you're sort of setting them on a path, right? And that woman as an adult is like just replicating what she saw as a kid, and she can go to therapy and try to undo it for like years and years, but it's a lot of really hard work to do that. And so yeah, this is really real. This is what she's talking about. That's very real. Yeah, she's like, at least I've got to try, like like it, yeah, like that's it, like this is not going to happen anymore. Like my kid is going to have like a good start is sort of what she's committing to. So like, yeah, that's really real and really powerful.
The capillaries in my eyes are bursting. If our love died, would that be the worst thing? For somebody I thought was my savior, sure make it do a whole lot of labor. The callous skin on my hands is cracking. If our love ends, would that be a bad thing? And the silence once I bet you.
She has a really cool voice. I really like it. It's a little Florence Welchy, but it's like a little bit husky. I don't know if it's huskier, but
All day, every day, therapist, mother made, nymph, then a virgin, nurse, then a servant, just an appendage, live to attend him so that he never lifts a finger.
yeah, all day, every day, therapist, mother, maid. Yeah, it's like you have to be everything to this guy. Like you have to do everything, right? Nymph, then virgin, nurse, then a servant. Yeah. Like when he's sick, you got to like take care of him. When he's got like emotional problems, you have to act like his therapist. When he doesn't know how to like wash his darn clothes, you have to like do his laundry for him. Like just sort of like all of these different roles that women play in life, you end up doing all of them for certain men, and it's just like exhausting, right? I love it.
Just an appendage, live to attend him so that he never lifts a finger. 24/7 baby machine so he can live out his picket fence dreams. It's not an act of love if you make her, you make me do too much labor. All day, every day, therapist, mother, maid, nymph, then a virgin, nurse, then a servant, just an
I've seen
live to attend
these relationships.
he never lifts a finger.
Men that behave this way, yeah.
Baby machine so he can live out his picket fence dreams. It's not an act of love.
An appendage, I love that, yeah.
Make me do too much labor. Wrinkle days in your eyes are bursting. If I love her, I understand it's bursting. Just somebody
Oh, I love the layering of the voices here. It's really good.
so he can live out and his picket fence dreams. It's not a size, it's also a shaker. You make me do too much labor.
Yeah. Yeah. That was awesome. I love that shot at the end where just like there's nobody in the chair. She's gone. She's like, that's it. I'm done. Like, we're just not doing this like that. Yeah, that's really powerful. And I want to be really clear. People who can't do that, it's not their fault. Like, there are reasons that people stay. But you do really, really love it when people are just like, I am not doing this. I deserve better than this. Like, you love to see that. You really wish that for, like, that everyone can just do that. They can't all do that, but you wish that, right? You're like, I want that for everyone who's in a bad situation. So it is really nice to see at the end. She's gone. She's not doing this, right? Like yeah, that was really cool. I really love this song. And the video is really cool. I like the old timey vibe. It's really awesome. And as I say, her voice is really, really nice. Like it's got this kind of like, so I was talking about Florence Welch, but she has kind of like a sharpness to her voice that like this woman does not have that. It's just like kind of like velvety Florence Welch. I really like that. Yeah, she's got a really cool voice. Anyway, so that is my reaction to Paris Paloma's Labor. Very cool song, definitely going on some playlists because I dig it a lot. Very relatable. And I don't know that I've so thoroughly seen this idea captured as like sort of the heart of a message in a song. Like people kind of reference it a little bit. I think like Aretha Franklin talks about it a little bit in like some of her music. Like she'll be like, you know, I expect that like, you know, you're not going to treat me like a doormat, right? Like I work really hard. I put like 110% in, and then I expect that you're going to treat me with respect, right? Like I think there's sort of been, I guess, references to just like mistreatment of women and how that's not okay, but just to like so specifically name this like emotional labor thing. Oh, that's really, yeah, I love that. So yeah, that's my feelings about this song. I'm really, really grateful to my subscriber who recommended it. It was a really great listen. I'm not used to loving things this much. Like it was, yeah, it was a really fun listen and not difficult and didn't make me angry the whole time. So I appreciate that. I found it actually really like validating and like empowering to hear her talking about this stuff that like I very clearly recognize. So yeah. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed the react today. I definitely, so you guys have been awesome. And I'm actually now kind of like behind on my promise to like get a video together for you for the 100 subscriber milestone. And so I'm going to have to release that probably like a little bit later than like the 100 milestone. Because yeah, I'm still like collecting questions and stuff because it's just kind of like there was like just an uptick and you guys have been really awesome. So yeah, I appreciate that. And like there's still time to send in questions. I think when this uploads, I think there's still time to send in questions. So yeah, if you have questions, you can post them in the comments, and yeah, I'll try to answer as many as I can. And it should be really fun. I'm actually really looking forward to it. So yeah, thank you for all of the support and for the requests and the questions and like all that stuff. I really appreciate it. And if you enjoyed this reaction, you can subscribe if you're not already. I do have quite a lot of people who watch my videos who aren't subscribed. So like if you found this helpful or useful or entertaining or validating or whatever, then I encourage you to subscribe because that's the kind of stuff that I try to post. I really appreciate you joining me today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.